All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Tellor Dev Call, March 28th. Off to another great day. Um, yeah, so lots of stuff going on. Having calls with new users, lots of pieces kind of in motion. Some things we'll be doing today. Brendan and I will be moving over to Filecoin. We'll be launching on Mainnet, so be on the lookout for that. We started
We're ready on testnet.
Yes, so that's super exciting. And then we got a ton of Liquity Forks out there trying to use us, which is awesome.
Liquid staking tokens are really hot.
Liquid staking tokens are really hot. Liquity Forks with liquid staking tokens really hot right now. So if you're
big thing, apparently.
Yeah, next big thing. But just so you guys know, for anyone watching this video, and if you see any Liquity Forks out there, the base Liquity implementation right now has things that you can make better in the implementation of the Tellor Oracle. Reach out to us. Let's talk about it. Super quick fixes, but we don't want you to get hurt. So, all right, we'll just go around, see what everyone's up to. How things are going. By the way, are the Steth and W Steth prices up yet, Akram? Those are good.
Yeah, they're up.
Okay, cool. So
they're up on Tellor. They can be reported using Tellor. Yes.
Nice. We got some farther requests, so I'll let you know as we get them. But I think we might need prices on like RE than some of the lesser known ones, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think our ETH is up as well. RE,
okay.
USD, BTC, but it has less sources than the Steth and the WST.
For sure. Cool. All right, we'll start.
So they're up, and we could. How do we share that information? Because one of these projects wasn't aware that we supported it, so I want to shout that out so people know we support that specifically. Is it just that's gonna be in a folder in the data specs repo?
No, it's just
oh, it's in. Okay,
yeah.
Right.
It'll be just like ETH USD or anything else. It'll be the same query type.
You can say like, we now support this.
Yeah,
we've always supported this, but we now support it too.
Like
I like that.
Maybe we need a tweet that says something like, Tellor can be used for any spot price, but we've added these new ones to the client, or something like that.
Yep. Okay.
Cool. Spuddy, anything else for you?
I have a lot of technical stuff floating around in my head. I'm adding an OP USD feed, I think. I'm trying to confirm with the guy if he wants OP USD or OP something else. I think it's USD, but just waiting for his confirmation on that. There's, for reporters, there's a lot of people talking about tipping on all these different networks too. So it might be a good time to get familiar with updating your clients and listening for tips if your clients don't do that yet.
Yeah, if you're a reporter and want to go make some money, what Optimism, probably Polygon. These are
probably
ones.
Optimism.
Optimism and Polygon.
Yep.
Probably in a few months, some Gnosis chain. Just pay attention. Lots of opportunities. So
whenever the tips start flowing, I'm gonna yell it out loud to the world. But if you want to be ready for those, maybe get familiar with listening for tips. If your clients don't already do that, if you're not using Tellor can do it. Tellor listens for tips. So if you're using Tellor, you're good to go.
Yeah. So go compete with Spuddy, or Spuddy's just getting a bonus. So
I don't want to be. Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
One thing I want to mention real quick while we were talking about the staking tokens, couple ones that we might want to add is Stakewise and Swell.
I think Stakewise isn't up yet.
Okay, but just keep an eye on those two. He mentioned another one. I think he said VSEs.
I don't remember. Yeah, a lot of these aren't really even up.
Okay.
So.
And I added you and Tim to a chat with Gravitas in Discord.
Yep.
They're gonna let us know which they're going to keep an eye on the new sort of liquid staking tokens that come out, and they want to integrate them, early. And so they want to know like how quick we could get these things, get feeds up and running for these new liquid staking tokens. And so they'll let us know. But that's why I added you to that chat. They haven't integrated us yet, and so it might take a while for them to do that part of it. But anyway.
Dan?
So I found a forum where one of the Open Zeppelin guys acknowledged that the match reasons, arguments, and parameters can't be accessed. So gonna have to go full into making a custom auto task
Okay.
and returning that.
Did he give you any tips, or at least he's responsive, right?
It was a forum from like 6 months ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What were you trying to filter?
I'm sorry.
Nothing. We can I'll ask you later.
All right.
He's trying to format them. He's trying to turn the defenders into like a data feed type thing.
Yeah.
So just simplifying it, but okay. Yeah, play around with them. See if you can get any of the auto task scripts to work first, and then start adding in from there. So, and let me know if you want to call too on it. So, Tally?
Hey, the auto disputer can now approve the right amount of tokens and send a dispute when there's multiple open disputes on an ID, or if there's a multiple vote round. I also added a demo that I can walk you guys through if you want to book a appointment with me. Yeah. And then I also added I had the first live network auto dispute yesterday.
Who?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, excited to see you running. Yeah, let us know.
Do we want to do like Thursday or Friday?
We can do earlier. What do we? Yeah, we'll ping you, Tally, and then.
Yes, but did Spuddy already try it?
Yeah, get Spuddy to try and run it.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna give it to Spuddy today.
All right,
Cool.
so then that's why like maybe Thursday.
Sure.
Cool. All right, Tim, how's things going?
Yeah, things are going well. Testing the Polkadot integration. Got, like, for example, one of our contracts mostly tested on the functions, and then I'm testing like kind of there's this one contract that passes data from one thing to another, testing that, the like the message calling parachain contract. A separate thing that we've kind of been talking about already, but we're just waiting on a PR to be approved on the Zodiac module. So for right now, on the front end, the Tellor module is a little outdated. So until that's merged, you would want to use like there's like a custom module, a way to set up a custom module right now. So like we can help you do that for now until that gets merged.
Okay.
Do you have anybody that you're in contact with at that guild that's doing the
Gnosis.
It's Gnosis Guild, I think.
Well, yeah. Well, then there's like a separate, oh yeah, I guess it is called Gnosis Guild, but they had like a couple different discords. But yeah, I think I'm in the right one, the Zodiac Discord. No one's really responded, but I've got a message in the dev chat. It's been sitting there a couple days.
You want to tweet it? You should. Yeah, send us a message. We can tweet, and then we'll like at Gnosis.
Yeah. I've tweeted at them before, so I'll try again.
It'll be
Little
Okay.
Public nudge.
Get that pushed through.
Yes.
Exactly.
Just send a GIF of someone nudging somebody with the link to the PR.
Cool.
I think it's the simplest thing. I mean, we're just changing some contract addresses, but yeah.
Well, I don't know what their internal audit process is on that. So
yeah.
They got Uma up and running.
playing favorites. That's
I
why they're
think
not
so.
approving it.
I think so.
Ryan,
Yeah. Pardon me. We got the I mean, me and Chat GPT got the reporter front end up and running. So I'm just gonna now I need to push that online. So I'm working through that part with Heroku. And then once that's done, there's some cosmetic things I want to change about the data feed per somebody's request.
super cool. No, I'm excited to see it live. And then have you pinged the graph yet on Chiato? I don't know. It's been a while.
Yeah, I have. We basically will have to set up our own node until that's fixed.
Like what's stable?
We're not
Isn't
fixed
it?
until they support it. Sorry, until they support it.
Yeah. Yeah, give them a nudge. But all right, cool. Akram?
Still working on the timestamps scanner. Working on the last piece, probably the biggest piece, but trying to have I wasn't doing enough checks last time, so I'm trying to get more data from the contract to have more fine-grained timestamps that are more accurate that you can claim on. But everything else, the single tips and all that should be good.
Cool.
And I'll check the go early contracts to see if the tips are calculating right.
Nice. And then last but not least, Owen.
Yeah, we had a call with Frank from Parity who we're working with, and he went over his side of things, which is like the pallets for an Oracle consumer parachain. This is like one half of the equation for our work with them. And we found a lot of things that I think need to be changed. If y'all could just kind of look over that.
That looks good. Yeah, I liked your message.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he opened a bunch of repos about like related to those things. But it just looks like I'm gonna have to change some things, like taking out the dispute fee stuff from the governance contract. And then also there's like a bunch of transfers depending on the vote outcome and execute vote. And so like one that I was kind of wondering about was the reporter reward, which is essentially they're given the dispute fee and stuff. So it's like, do we need to make another function to report vote executed and then, pass that via XCM over to the Oracle? So then they can give the fee too. Okay. So yeah, that, and then I was fixing a test for the end-to-end tests. So that's kind of what I'm working on.
Do you do any Rust programming? Are you feeling rusty?
I'm not feeling rusty. I'm gonna try to get Frank to do as much of that as possible. I think I'm solidified is what I am.
Very nice.
I saw when he was doing the whole test, like, and he had several like explorers up because it's like different networks. How exactly? I think we need to think about how we're going to be able to put all that in a Docker container that it's actually going to say like everything passed or like, because that's one of our.
Or do we just have to do that for our smart contract tests?
We have to do it for both.
Let's do it for both. We can ask Frank, because I mean that stuff, like to build, how I kind of like breezed over, like, oh yeah, you build these like Git sub modules. That's what was like 140 gigs on my computer and took like, all night to like compile and whatnot. So
Okay.
Cool.
Great dev setup.
Yeah, and hopefully a test net, but we'll see. Hopefully we get actual users and people are pushing us to get this stuff done. Anyway, Mike, Brenda, or questions too?
So I don't know if it's something public. I'm gonna figure out what exactly it is, but we have next Tuesday would be with the FEM people, some sort of session where we're introducing how Tellor works.
Filecoin people.
With the Filecoin people. It's a mainnet cohort session. Not sure what that is. It could be like an internal community private Zoom, or it could be something that the public can join. But
It's a cohort.
It's right. It's probably internal, but anyway. So we have that coming up. I don't know how to share it yet, so
I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
And yesterday I had the Encode Club sessions at 2 and at 8. I don't know, they're good. The 2 p.m. one was really, really full. There's a lot of people taking those classes. But moving forward, Mike, what I want to do is actually figure out before the class starts, when they give us the actual dates, like what's the level of education within the space
Where
that
they are in the process.
Yeah, so that I, because I did try and adjust right before the session started. I was like, okay, so where are they? Can they code? What can they do? But it was not the base Solidity session, so they were a little bit more advanced, which was great. But moving forward, I want to know all of those details beforehand, and maybe we can change it around. I like the presentation, but I think maybe we could change it depending on the audience moving forward.
Yeah. Sure. And then you wouldn't have to do a preamble in the beginning to sort of catch up to see where they are in the process. You would know ahead of time. Do you want me to be the person to ask them for that, or you want to ask them for that?
I mean, I can ask them because they're supposed to give us the next dates, right? So when they give us dates, I want like a mini meeting before.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then if anybody else wants to join, happy, I'll let you guys know what we end up coming up with for each of the sessions. Also, I don't know if we just talk to them once during their cohort journey, or if we get to talk to them like towards the end.
Okay.
So.
Cool. Ryan, any questions?
Yeah, we actually had a couple in the deep questions channel that I thought would be cool to bring back up on the call. What does the team see as the true use case of Tellor being? Like, what could you see as being a valid use of a decentralized oracle?
Did I answer it? Yeah, I mean, I kind of responded to this one like, you don't really need to get too creative. This one, like if we're the backbone to the stable coin that actually has usage, and we support several derivatives networks, we're a fallback for the most decentralized bridges out there, or dispute resolution for events. Tons of different things you can do. I think some
But
of
that's use case enough.
Yeah, I mean, that would be use case enough. Like you don't need to get, it's not like you don't necessarily need to be centralized middleware or anything like that. It's just, we want to be the oracle that decentralizes things and make sure that it's secure.
And then if the reporters keep their TRB in the old contract for too long and the TRB held in the address goes to 0, does the reporter lose their withheld part of the 2% stake, as there are no TRB funds to allow the transaction to occur? Also, I'm assuming the stake TRB are within the contract and not within the wallet of the address. Therefore, even if the TRB held in the old contract address goes to 0, then we can still withdraw our tokens.
So I think you're getting confused as far as dollar amounts and Tellor values. Like even if the price of Tellor goes to 0, you can always go and claim your rewards of the Tellor token. They'll just be worthless. So yeah, I mean, it's not like the price of the Tellor token is sort of not part of that 2%. The 2% is in like Tellor token value. So like if you have 100 tokens and you get, 2% of 100 tokens, you would get 2 tokens. Whether those tokens are worth $1,000 or 0 is up to the market. So I think that makes sense, right?
They do have do they actually have some sort of a withdrawal period, Nick?
No,
No, they don't have to do it every month or every.
no, I don't think so.
Okay.
You can have the contract send you your 2%, whatever part of the 2% is due at any time by calling deposit stake and just stake 0. So like call the deposit stake function with 0 and you'll get that reward. But also, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. No, keep going.
I was gonna say also when the contract is starting to run low on tokens, we're gonna be pinging everybody and trying to push everybody to withdraw their stakes towards the end anyway. So
Yeah, because they're talking about the old contract versus the new contract as far as where you're staked at, and if you are in the old one and the 2%. So yeah, I think maybe that's what you were talking about, and I mistook that. But if you are staked on the old contract, you will no longer get anything. You got to move over to the new contract. Move over to the new contract.
In brief.
In brief. I mean, you're not going to get penalized or anything like that, but just go be proactive. Go move over to the new contract. Quit being lazy. So, anyway, anything else, Ryan?
That's it.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks, everyone. We shall talk to you next week.